Yeah, so today I'm gonna be coaching an Immortal 2 Jett chamber player, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to him, figure out what's going on in his head right now, and kind of, help him. We have a VOD, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and take this tab out and mute here. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello?
what's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. Just chilling mostly.
Alright, cool. I remember you said you're Immortal 2?
Yeah, I'm D3 right now though.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
fine. Yeah,
went on.
just
Yeah,
curious. Is that your
it's all
peak,
good.
Immortal 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So I also remember that your agent pool is kind of long. What do you normally play? Like if it was up to you.
Pretty much Jett chamber.
You know what ranks these people are on your team and the enemy team?
This is, I believe there's like low, either high diamond, low immortal, or like mid diamond, something like that, around that range.
Okay. That's what I'd expect. So it's still kind of like your teammates kind of affect you depending on what, like how severely they're like messing up to you, like
Yeah.
how you perceive it, like that affects your mental. So that's something we'll definitely look forward throughout this game. I want to get started soon so we have time, but one thing I want to say is like if your breach isn't stunning, like if he's not stunning how, like, okay, so I agree that stunning here in pretty much every scenario that you're pushing B is probably the best thing to do. I'm assuming this is like the line you're talking about, like somewhere here so that someone's opping or using a marshal. That's ideal, but if you ask your breach like once and he doesn't do it, you can ask him like 2 or 3 more times, or like 1 or 2 more times. And if he doesn't, if he's not listening, then just you kind of have to accept that. Like, you kind of have to accept it and then figure out how you're gonna play around it. Like, you have to kind of just go with the flow of the game. Like, some games you're gonna have really good breach players, some games you're not. And then realizing this is what's gonna allow you to, go to the next level, which would be like climbing your way back into like Immortal 2. Because I think this is definitely something that can hold you back. I'm gonna guess that your mechanical ability already is probably pretty good just from talking to you. Okay, so I think we're still coming B just because they haven't come B yet, so it's not bad. I think we should buy for next here, and I think you could buy like another smoke for sure. But it's a minor thing, so hopefully we get a shot here.
A bunch of halls again. I'm just rotating.
Okay, so after this round, definitely I would consider just like starting A. I like the flank idea though with knives. This is good. I think we could run a little longer here just to close the gap between you and the enemies a little quicker, because like we already know that your team, like I would continue running to like in the middle of this even maybe, because more than likely there's gonna be a chamber trip, so they're gonna know anyway.
All right.
Maybe not, but
He actually puts a chamber trip in a very weird place. So I mean, you'll see it here.
maybe on the right.
Yeah.
So like if there's you should expect a trip in this rank, because like good chamber players will do that.
100.
So you could run a little longer and get there sooner. I was gonna say I think it's really important for you to call like, okay, 2 arcade, some B main. Like I would say that in my prime, I would say that instantly. And so at least someone from A would start rotating, because it's very likely right now to be a B hit. Like the odds of them faking this and just going A are pretty slim probably in this rank anyway. So I'd be like, okay, 2 arcade, at least 1 B main, because we hear them shooting. And that's what you know for a fact. Otherwise, here you're just not saying anything, and it's just information that you're not giving to your team. What were you gonna say?
True. I mean, I told my duo that I have arcade.
Yeah.
And I thought he like knew that there was shooting.
Yeah.
I'm in a spot where like I have an insane off angle.
Yeah.
Like I'm guaranteed to kill, but then yeah, I should have like emphasized it so he doesn't die here. But him dying here and then like you'll see.
Oh, I didn't even know he was gonna die. I'm not even like I'm guessing he probably knows the arcade. My concern is that your players on A don't know this. Like they definitely don't know this, and it's not like that bad because I understand you're literally just focused right here. That's all that this is. But just to have like be in the state of mind that calming to your team this information is very important, because the sooner they rotate to B, if it's a full B hit, the sooner that, like, you're just gonna have, the higher odds you have to win the round, basically. I like the idea to go A. Also, like, we have this extra money, we're buying for next round, so, like, you can buy down to 1,500. So So like here I would probably buy light armor and also another smoke. Cause like you're still gonna be able to buy full buy next round. I like the peek here though. I like the idea of peeking. Yeah, like right after the Reyna flash. So they have gone A like 4 times now. No. Wait, 4 times? Yeah, 4 times I think. So I would definitely, I don't know. Like the idea to opt here still on at B is okay, but like, I'd definitely still be considering maybe opting A, just because of the amount of times that they've gone A and also won A.
I think I gave.
Oh, he's opting there too.
Yeah. I have B main.
Now I'll just rotate through spawn. Arcade, yeah.
One sand, one sand.
Is that Spike? Yeah, so we have Spike. We have Spike A. Like,
if
if you want to rank up and win, like, this is where I say, okay, Spike's A, let's just group A. Like, forget these people arcade, they don't matter. They're irrelevant to winning the round. Since we know the Spike's in A main. These are the small things that actually matter.
If I was talking about, like, what I was thinking in the moment, like, I understand my team has, like, A main. I could have left. I think I was listening to the call for, like, 2...
Arcade.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, like, leave and give a kill for some... You know, like, open up, like
let them
a
kill
hole,
you.
you know? Yeah, let them kill me for free, or like, I guess I almost feel like
Go back,
I didn't want them, like, my teammates to die either if I just, like, leave. But I mean, if I went to them, I would come, like, hey, I'm gonna come, like, we have Spike. But I think in that moment, I'm like, okay, they're stacked over there, they're okay, but there's this guy over here and I'm opping.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not wrong, but the idea here is, for me, like, I don't know who says it, but maybe your breach says there's 2 arcade. I don't know when. Let's see when he says it actually.
Nice. Last 2 are B.
Last 2 are B, right? So we know that now. So now that we know that, like, you don't like. So yeah, you don't want to leave your teammates to die. You don't want to give them a kill. But if you know that they're both arcade, you just tell your 2 teammates to go play Spike. Even if it's boring, like, we're down 3 rounds. If you actually want to win, playing Spike here is really important. If you peek A main a lot, it's okay, but do I like this too?
Can you flash so, wait, can you freeze frame this here?
What you really want to do if you want to play with your teammates, right, is you want to say something, like, right before the round starting, or, like, you know, in pre-round before the round starts. Because this guy, he already has a plan in his own mind. Like, some breaches will be more aggressive, some will be more passive. This one's aggressive because he dies all the way up here. But he's going to do whatever he's going to do. If you don't try to say something before the round starts, you know, it might potentially be too late. I think that's what happens here. So by the time you say something, let's just see.
Can you flash this?
You see, by the time you say, can you flash this, he's pretty much in a fight with someone, right? So, like, yeah, he could be positioned better, but I don't think it's actually as much his fault as you might imagine. I'm not saying it's your fault either, but it's just kind of like a lack of efficient coordination between you and him. Like, he's obviously not trying to coordinate with you, but if you really want to coordinate with him, you should try to say something like 10-15 seconds before the round starts, like, hey, breach, can you flash if they're A? Because I would say, like, they're probably going to come A, breach, can you flash it if we hear them? That's like probably exactly what I would say, and then you can come through the door, and then, you know, it's all beautiful. But by the time, like, I'll pause, like, as soon as you complete the sentence of can you flash.
Can you flash it?
Like, you see, he's literally already shooting, and he gets a kill, and by the time you finish, he's dead. It's frustrating, but again, these people, you can't control them. The only person you can control is yourself in this game and in life. So, like, there's a few things you can try to do. Like, you can, again, I think the best thing you could probably teach yourself to do is talk to people pre-round and, like, you know, just say, hey, breach, they're probably going to push. Don't play aggressive. Can you, like, stun? Like, probably the best thing you could do is, like, stun this angle. If you ask him to do that before the round and he listens, perfect. Like, he's actually down to listen and coordinate. If he doesn't listen, which will still happen, by the way, because this is Valorant and, you know, people have a lack of brain cells in a lot of games. You just kind of have to accept it and not rely on that teammate specifically. In some games, like, your whole team will be like that, and it can feel mind-boggling. But if it's how it is, it's how it is. Like, if that's how it is, you gotta literally carry on your own and get like 30 kills.
Go drop.
Like it's hard. It's easier to just say, oh, just take a breath and stop being mad, because sometimes it's just not that easy. But really, just try to focus on winning the rounds ahead of you. Some days you'll be able to do that more than others.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, that was a really good round.
Spike's here. Spike's here.
I think you could have been a little more frugal with your dash.
Okay, never mind. He
There.
just backed off of it.
I don't know how important that would have been, but like I think he just kept holding the angle for fighting.
I have drop. Cannot be drop.
I don't like this actually. I liked it at first, but once we realized they're not here, I feel like we spent just a little bit too much time here. And yeah, you're holding drop, but there's already a chamber trip here, so I would have tried to help main a little like 10-15 seconds sooner, because you just spend quite a long time there.
They have bot.
Close.
Well, this is a little like might sound a little weird, but what I would do here whenever this Reyna is dismissing on Jett is like you'd expect a Reyna in an ult, dash. Like as soon as I see this animation, I dash forward. So by the time she's out, she's still like pulling her gun out, and the idea is hopefully you can just one tap her. But you guys are together, so you get the trade anyway.
Spike planted.
I suppose also that could have gone, if you dash it could go bad, but it's just my thought. I would just say here, shoot the ghost just like a little slower. I'm also guilty of this, like whenever you see someone, you just want to kill them, so you like tap a little too quickly.
Kill him. He's in the open.
Like you got at least like 4 shots off on him there. If you're just shooting slower and like right on his head, you'd easily kill him.
But I think they're both spawned, to be honest.
Was that you that said that? I think they're both spawn.
No, it's my teammate.
Duo, okay.
Yeah, so he says.
I think they're both spawn. So I would, like obviously that comm doesn't mean that they're both spawned for sure. But here, like I would check, you don't clear back this like cubby or whatever you call this on site. So I'd clear that, but then I would just hold this smoke. Like I think we want to be helping fight here, because like if it's true that they're actually both spawn, we want to help this. We want to help the spike get down, right? Whereas what we do
Yeah,
here,
you're right. I think here I do kind of nothing for a little bit.
yeah, like you could have killed them both, and your teammates also could have lived a little more efficiently. Like here, we're just kind of hiding when we could be. I would just be out here holding the smoke, because if someone comes out of a smoke, they should be a free kill. If someone's looking directly at you, coming out of a smoke, then they're lucky.
Yeah, I should come here to ask my breach like to hold the hold generator, and I'll hold canteen.
Yeah,
Jet arcade. One cat.
this is a really good peek though.
One enemy
Very good
remaining.
peek.
Wait, oh, not thinking he's
Nice.
Nice.
I think you put that pretty well.
Bro, it's like putting out forest fires out here.
Yeah.
Why is my breach over at B?
Yeah.
I can't go out into sight. I can't,
Yeah. So another thing here, like obviously that's frustrating that he's over there.
Yeah.
I don't think that we said anything to him, so I'm not saying it's your fault that he's not here by any means at all, but yeah, we haven't really tried to coordinate, like okay, Breach, can you come flash me out B? Another thing that you didn't say that I would like to have seen you say is, and again, this ties into like your comms, is I'm gonna dash out onto A site. Because whenever you dash, you're just kind of assuming that your teammates are gonna follow. In a lot of games, they will not follow, even if you think they are. And that's really important. Because like, okay, there's like a difference between if you just dash out and you say, I'm gonna dash out like before the round starts, or like right as the round starts. Fortunately, your teammates are right up behind you, which is really nice to see. You guys are you have a little bit of chemistry anyway, kind of on the same page, even without saying anything.
I'm definitely feeling like, I'm just gonna go do it, like.
Yeah, I feel that you're just frustrated with your team.
Sens.
I feel like your biggest problem is related to how you view your teammates and just your mentality. Your mentality isn't that bad. It's just mainly like. So at this point, I lost my train of thought. I think at this point, you can understand like, okay, so you see the kills, like you have more kills than everyone in the game. you have potential to carry this game. It's just a matter of figuring out how you want to do it. Like, so for you, I feel like you put too much emphasis on trying to play like with your teammates, right? When in reality, like we're still in solo queue. This isn't even the highest level of play. Like we're in like, you know, high diamond, low immortal. So in my head, these guys aren't really that good, and that's how they should be in your head too. So what you can do whenever you realize that is like just forget what your teammates are doing and just try to look for kills. Like you come over here, you peek B main, you look for a kill. If someone's peeking, great, take the aim duel because your aim's better. If not, like I haven't seen you go dish or arcade. You haven't even considered that. I feel like, oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. I feel like you let your teammates affect you more than like I don't think you've given up at this point, but I feel like they've negatively, specifically your breach has negatively impacted your mentality more than, you know, we would like, more than I would like, right? Like ideally you don't want to let them affect you that much. You kind of just don't want to care. Like if your breach is lurking, then just kind of like laugh at it pretty much, right? And just like realize that this is not a game where you're playing with your teammates, and that's okay. This isn't pro play. This is, you know, solo queue, or not solo queue. It's like, you know, ranked. We're in ranked. Unlucky. Again, another thing here. I'm gonna dash. You guys follow me, or breach can you ult sight, and then I'll dash. Would probably secure that kill there pretty
Yeah, they're all coming from main.
much more easily.
Wait, I'm putting down some-
Nice. Also, yeah, it's like columns for our overall team
Flashman
aren't
side?
that great. Like here, I'd consider, okay, should we rotate B maybe? Like at this point, there's already 3 here. Yeah, so like
Bro.
rotating B could be very good because we just run A like twice in a row or something.
Player standing.
You clutch it again. No.
I mean, I just don't trust. Like, all right, so if I got a kill and then I don't know, for some reason I think in my head I just don't trust them to like move.
Your
I
team?
think at this point, yeah, like, all right, if I told them, hey, let's bait A, let's fake it, make some
Yeah.
sound, and then we'll move back to B. I just feel like they're gonna die in transit or something, like something's gonna happen.
Waiting for main, not
You just feel like they're not gonna listen or something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
And
that
it's,
is.
I guess it's not fair, but
No, it's not even that. It's just like you gotta really give it a shot. Like you really gotta give it a try before you know. And this also ties into like how you kind of like expect a little more out of your teammates than what they're actually gonna do, just because they're actually not that good. Because like the level of coordination you expect is, I don't know how to put it. Like you expect your teammates to be as good as you are, but they're actually like this game. Your breach is definitely worse than you. So the amount of coordination he's gonna put into you is not gonna be great unless you actually coordinate with him. So it also kind of ties into that. Like you need to say things to your teammates before the round, and the teammates are not gonna be able to read your mind. So, and if something goes wrong, like things are gonna go wrong, right? Like always, things are gonna go wrong, things are gonna go right. But you have to try to give it a shot. You have to try to say things. Oh, this is so winnable too.
Defenders win.
Like
Yeah.
this is a game that you can easily win for yourself, with like even just changing a couple things related to your mentality or like your comms. I think definitely the biggest things for your mentality related to your teammates, and then your comms. Those are the biggest things in this game specifically. And I'm guessing in most of your games. Okay, so I have notes. Do you have any questions about this game?
No, I definitely feel like toward the later half I was definitely autopiloting.
Do you feel like you autopilot more on attack, or just because you're frustrated?
No, if anything, I feel way more comfortable on attack.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just like when
Things
when
are
I
bad.
feel like if I call something, if I say like, hey, me and Breach are gonna go tower side arcade, right? And then we have 3 there, and then I see it happen, and then even if we get wiped, I feel so much more confident in like going with them.
Because they
But-
they are on the same page as you.
Yeah, exactly. But as soon as like I feel like they just don't like have that, then I kind of give up on them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean I understand that. Giving up on certain teammates can be good in certain scenarios, especially if there's like very toxic there's clearly like showing you even after trying. That's the important part. Like you trying actively multiple rounds in a row to kind of get them to work with you. And if they're just showing that they're not doing that, it's okay to give up on them. But try to be a little more forgiving and a little less prone to just give up. And again, like you're D3, the people you're playing with here are low diamond, and this rank is not really that good. Like Immortal is also not that good, and I think you have potential mechanically for sure to get into like mid-high Immortal. What's holding you back is mentality related teammates, and then just kind of like overall comms. Like I said, you don't have to be an IGL, but like you're the entry. Like you need to say what the plan is, right? Like your teammates are playing off of you pretty much for opening up the site, specifically on attack, not really as much on defense, but you can still calm on defense. Just like if you're dashing into a site on attack, you want to say that beforehand, or like you just want to say what the plan is. Them being your teammates being bad doesn't mean that you can't carry even harder. Like it doesn't have to affect you in the way that it is right now. And I think that's valuable.
Like I don't really want to like talk all that much.
Yeah.
Especially like clogging up like the voice channel and making other people feel like negative. So what I kind of did was try to like limit that a lot, and I guess I'm limiting it almost too much.
Yeah, like no, I agree that you're limiting it too much. Like I'm an introvert. I don't like talking. For some reason I'm a coach, and I'm also like I like to IGL whenever I play video games. So maybe I'm like extroverted in that sense. But like just because you don't like to talk, you could still say like important things. Like you definitely want to say important things if you want to win the game. You don't have to IGL, like I said already. You don't have to take on that role if you don't feel like that's for you. You might try it, and you might actually find that it is for you, because I definitely didn't always IGL. But I realized, like, it's probably... If everyone else on my team is just silent, like, kind of like that game, like, really you gotta say something. You don't have to, but, like, it's gonna help you win. Like, that, if you just said a few things, like, that might have been the difference between winning and losing this game. You perform well, but I think you could have even performed better. Like, even if you don't have comms and you don't have mentality, like, those things are just completely, like, 0 out of 10 for you. I feel like mechanically you could still be doing better. Like you could probably have dropped 30 kills even this game if you were mechanically better. So you have room for improvement in that domain. Like I know I've said that you're mechanically good, but still, there's always room for improvement. Do you aim train?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep doing that. Maybe consider other like variations of aim training. Like focus on maybe like abilities and map specific mechanics or something like that, like agent specific mechanics. Think about what you might need, focus on what you struggle with currently, stuff like that.
Got it.
Do you have any other questions? Was this helpful?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like the mechanic stuff, I have an idea, well, of like what I need to improve on. You know, just like slowing down my aim a little bit, especially with certain guns. Maybe clearing things more patiently. I'm not quite there with like game sense, where like everyone could be, or like wasting time. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that ties into autopiloting on defense just a little
definitely.
bit. Like just think a little more about where really are the enemies likely to come, because like in this game, yeah, they haven't come B yet and you keep going B, but like again, why would they fix what's not broken if they're just stomping A? There's a very high chance you're gonna keep going A in most scenarios. But yeah, you're definitely one of my favorite people to coach recently. So, kudos to you for that.
Thank you. I'll let you know if anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you,
have
man.
a good night. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
Yeah.